At the minute, there's an obsession going around with tier lists, especially football-related ones. I'm seeing them for ranking rivalries, ranking how much people like certain teams, ranking wonder kids. I saw one other day ranking birthdays. Right? I have seen it all. One that keeps coming up is ranking what division each team should be playing in. So it's taking everything into account, such as how big your club is, your attendances, what you've won, what division you've been in most historically. Loads and loads of different crap, right? Like, if only there was some sort of league system that we had in place where teams could get, like, maybe promoted and relegated to decide what teams should be in what division. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? But yeah, every single person that's done one of these is wrong. I'm the only person that can do anything right, so let's get straight into it. Accrington Stanley, League 2. Wimbledon. Wimbledon of old would definitely be a lot higher than this, but current Wimbledon, for, you know, what they are now, League 2 as well. Bournemouth, a Premier League team, League 1, and that's being generous. There are bigger clubs that have gone bust in the last 5 years than Bournemouth. They are absolutely minuscule. Aldershot National, Altrincham National, Arsenal obviously at top. Aston Villa, Premier League, one of the biggest teams in this country. Definitely bigger than one of the supposed big six. They've won more than them, but that's a completely different story for a different day. Barnet National. I can see it coming already. I can feel your comments. I can feel them. Bias. It's burning into my skin. You look, right, who's got the most seasons in the Championship? Barnsley. Who's got the most wins in Championship? Barnsley. Who's got the most losses in Championship? Barnsley. Most scored? Barnsley. Most losses? Most dogs' dinners? Barnsley. Barnsley. If you're thinking of a Championship side randomly, the first one in your head should be them Reds, right? Regardless if you think I'm biased or not, facts speak for themselves, okay? And facts put us in Championship, apart from this season. Birmingham, Championship. Blackburn, won a Premier League, and a lot of people's logic is if you've won Prem that you should automatically be in top flight, but football did not start in 92. If we did that, then we wouldn't have enough teams to fit in Premier League, do you know what I mean? Championship, you get 10,000 at home, do you know what I mean? It's shit. Blackpool, top League One. Bolton, early Premier League years, like when I was growing up, early 2000s, Bolton, massive club. And that word gets thrown about a bit too much with lower league teams, especially with like some that will come to later. But Bolton are definitely a massive team. Boreham Wood, however, are not, and they're in National League. Bradford, big club. Definitely bigger than League 2, but League 1. I'm just winging this on spot, so honestly, I might end up with like 40 teams in Championship, I don't know. Brentford, small. Very, very small. Another Premier League team that's just this big. But they're not as small as Bournemouth, don't get me wrong. Definitely nowhere near as small as Bournemouth, but they are still a bus stop. So Brentford are a League 1 team. Brighton, same again. Now, a lot of young'uns that are watching this will probably think, what? But Brighton are massive. De Zerbi ball. Graham Potter. Huge. Big ground. Fill it out. Yeah, but see, I remember when I was a young'un, before they went into Amex, they had a ground and they were getting about 6,000 in it. So before they moved, and the thing is with Brighton, they got very, very lucky with an owner that loves them. What happened to Brighton could have happened to Grimsby. It doesn't change the fact that throughout the course of history, you are a League 1 size club. So Brighton belong there. And Bristol City, I mean, what would we do without Bristol City in Championship? Who would finish 14th if it weren't Bristol City? We can't do it without them, can we? They've got to be in there. And then the little neighbours next door, League 1. I quite like Bristol Rovers ground as well. It's quite nice, even though it's odd. Bromley, National League. Burnley. Now, this might be a dodgy one. I'd probably scrape him in Prem. Just from winging it at a minute, I might change stuff at end. But Burnley, recent history, I feel like you've got to take into account. It's harder now to be at top than it ever has been because you can't spend shitloads of money like you used to be able to. A lot of top flight recently. Europe, historically, they've always been like a Championship side at least. I think that's where they should be, genuinely. And Burton, wow, they're almost in here. Honest to God, they are so nearly a not real team. If I'd want a weirdo that went on like Sporkle and put like the different location of football teams in England, I wouldn't even know where Burton was. They are bordering on here, but instead I'm going to put them in League 2. So it makes sense of that. Cambridge, this is a bit sour. They've just beaten us 2-0 at home, and we're 5th and they're crap. Should have been 3-0 as well, but they had a goal disallowed for literally nothing, for looking at ref wrong way. But they are one of the worst football teams I have ever seen us play in my life. I personally have played better teams on a Sunday morning than Cambridge. They are shit, but they're still betters, and they're staying up. So League 2. Cardiff for a Championship team. Carlisle League 2. Charlton champ. Chelsea. Premier League, even though they have spent some periods in the lower leagues, but we'll just forget that happened. Cheltenham, League 2. Chesterfield, League 2. What happens, you know, when a National League team that's like decently sized starts winning something, like when Stockport went up, or when these go up, or when Wrexham go up, everybody gets a bit giddy and starts overestimating where they should be. It's League 2 and nothing more. Colchester, probably top League 2. It feels harsh, but probably, I might come back to that, but probably top League 2. Coventry, Championship team. Crawley are not. Neither a Crew. Crystal Palace are one of the most Coca-Cola Championship football teams to ever exist. Don't even think that they belong there. Ain't nowhere. They're one of these boys. Dagenham and Redbridge, National League. Derby County cannot go in Premier League because you stunk it out with lowest points tally ever, so you've got to go in there. Donny are a League 1 side. Dorking aren't real, are they? Dorking aren't a real team. Dorking even a place. I just like that. Everyone's known them because the gaffer. That guy. National. I like that man. So we'll keep him in there. But they're very nearly not real. Eastleigh are a National League team. Everton. One of the goats, one of the big lads. Exeter, that's a dodgy one as well. Probably League 2. Halifax, National League at most. Fleetwood, League 2. Forest Green, oh my god, 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 oh my god. I'm not just saying this. The worst football club I've ever seen Barnsley play in my life, and I have seen us lose to semi-pro teams. They've got the worst away end in England. The vegans, they're just weird. Absolute weirdos. Only thing they've ever done that were good was sort of make James Norwood. Disgraceful. And these lot, one of the biggest nothing teams to ever exist for them. Literally never won a trophy, which gets forgotten about. Cheese boards on away days. A neutral stand. Clappers. Oh! Get them out of the way. I'm putting them in Premier League just to put them out of the way. Even though, like, probably every single team on here has won more trophies than them. It's embarrassing that they've not won anything ever. But we'll get them in Franchise League because I don't want them tainting it down here. Like, that just don't look right, does it? Get out of the way. Gateshead, National League. Gillingham are a League 1 team. So are Grimsby. Harrogate, wow. Harrogate's a nice place, but it's just not a football team, is it? Hartlepool, that's tough, you know. That's one of them. Might come back to it again, but we'll put them there for now. Huddersfield, not big as these any respect. No one gives Huddersfield respect they deserve. Even if it were when dinosaurs were kicking about, these are the first team to have won 3 top flights in a row. You cannot put some respect on the name, man, in the Championship. Hull City champ. Oh, we've got some big ones here. Look at them 3 teams next. This is Championship automatic promotion race right here. And Ipswich at start. Oh, I might regret that one. I might come back to that one later, but for now, Championship. Leeds, even though they did recently go a very lengthy spell outside at top flight, and they're one of the biggest one-team cities in Europe that only got 20,000 fans in when they were crap. They've got one of the most fickle, overrated fan bases in human history. They're disgusting. The ground's 17 miles outside of city centre. They're all ugly. They're a Premier League side. Leicester, though. We've won league. Who want? Literally who want? Leicester have won league, but it don't mean anything to me because I remember before they got promoted, they brought 200 to Barnsley on a Saturday, and I will never ever remember that. Remember it? I will never ever forget that. So they can stop there for now. Leyton Orient, League 1. Lincoln, League 1. Liverpool, Prem. Oh, Luton. Oh, lads, come on. Like, just Barnsley 2. Top League 1. Top. Serious top League 1. Probably one at 2 or 3 that just miss out. Macclesfield League 2. Maidenhead National. Maidstone National. City. John. But, it's not even a debate, is it? Like, even though they spent time in Championship, majority of these teams have. Or before it turned into Premier League, like, nearly all of these teams have been in second tier at some point. Man United, biggest team in country. Mansfield League 2. Middlesbrough champ. And Millwall, historically, they should probably be here. Like, going off history-wise. But they're the biggest small team in world. And I'm not just saying that to take piss. You could go to some shack in Peru where, like, there's a family or two that ain't even got a telly. They'll probably know a Millwall song. Let them come. Or they'll know who Bother is. Do you know what I mean? Millwall are massive. For, like, for how small they are, they're huge. It's one of them. It's so odd to explain, but if you know, you know. These aren't real. Fuck off. They're not even getting any breath. Markham, League 2. Newcastle, huge. Newport, League 2 again. Norwich probably should be in little mini league between Championship and Prem, but we'll stick him in Champ anyway. Northampton League 2. Forest. You can't ignore the Champions League, can you? You just can't. You can't shun that off. County League 1. Oldham League 1. Oxford, probably League 2, to be honest. They've got 3 stands and a car park. It's full of posh people, so I don't like it. Nah. Peterborough League 1. Plymouth League 1. Port Vale League 2. We're making progress now. Oh, Pompey are a dodgy one. Pompey are definitely one of them, where if you could get like 100 random people that's done this, they'd be all over the place. It's not like they are unanimous Prem or Championship or something. They're going to be everywhere. But I would have them in Championship, personally. And they're going to be there next year, as much as I didn't think they were going to be. So well done, lads. You've got your praise from me now. Congrats. Preston, one of the biggest nothing teams in the universe. Never do anything again. They're just another Bristol City. They're just there. But they're definitely a Championship team. So are QPR. And so are Reading. Rochdale, probably League 2. Rotherham, League 1. But Donny are probably a bigger side than Rotherham. So, sit on that. Salford, they're less real than MK Dons are. Salford are easily the smallest team to ever grace Football League. Gary Neville and that lot, they want to be embarrassed because they've just bought a pub. They have bought a pub and turned it into a football team. These were like step 8. They were so far down football pyramid, and because there's no FFP in non-league, you can just do what they want. So they've thrown loads of brass at it to a point where there now is FFP in League 2, and now they're stuck. The day that these get promoted to League 1 is the day that I stop watching, because it's fucking disgusting that these could be in this league or a league higher than over these actual real football clubs around here. It's a joke. Scunny. That's Scunny in National League North. You know what I mean? A Salford in League 2. It's a joke. Put them there. Sheffield United. For me, they're definitely a Championship team. A good one as well, don't get me wrong. But they're not one of these. You know what I mean? They don't belong in this company. I'm sorry to say it. They're just not cut out for a Premier League. As we've seen this year, they'll probably never want to go up again. And these lot, fucking hell, fuck me blind. Like, remember earlier when we were on about Bolton and teams being branded as massive when they're not? We're looking at one right here. These got relegated from Premier League 2 years after Barnsley. Right? They haven't touched it since. That's 25 years without being at top flight. You tell me what sort of Premier League team that should be there and deserves to be there was a quarter of a century at least without being there. It makes absolutely no sense. People who said that Wednesday belong up here just throw Wednesday around as like a buzzword because they can't think of what else and they want to get on side. Just because they get big attendances don't mean fucking niche. Bradford get big attendances. They're not up here either. They're a mid-table top half Championship team at that. And that's it. You dickheads. Shrewsbury, League 1, probably. Just. Solihull's National League. Southend are a League 1 team. If I can put them in there. Southampton are a Premier League side. No? Anyone agree with that? Anyone disagree? I'm just saying anything. We'll stick them there. Yeah, Southampton, they've got to be. Stevenage are a League 2 team. Stockport are a League 1 side. Stoke, I'm having him in Prem every single day at week. Tony Pulis, disgusting 4-4-2 Brexit ball that just made it. I love that shit, mate. Stick him in there. Same as Sunderland, absolutely massive. Sutton are a National League team. Swansea, thank you for that one Meet You season, but you're a Championship team, boys. Swindon League 1. Torquay, Helen Chamberlain, man. Wow, good times. National League, yeah, National League. There could probably be a bit National League. Totspur, again. Drag them up there. Tranmere, League 1. Walsall, League 1. Watford at most Championship team ever. Stick them in there. You want Sam? National League. Baggies are a Premier League team as well, easily. So are West Ham. Absolutely massive. I can't believe I never got to go to Upton Park, though. That is so depressing. I never got to go there, but I've been to Bowl instead. What a fall from grace that is. Wigan are a rugby town. Before they got promoted to Prem, they were getting attendances of about 7. So, League 1. Woke-Age, they're a National League team. Just zoom it out a little bit, boys, so you can see it better. Wanky Wanderers, Premier League team as well. Even though last time they got promoted from Championship to Premier League, they spent about 80 million quid in 2 seasons. The dirty rats. They should have been relegated to pub leagues. I've got a bone to pick with Wrexham. A serious bone. Let me just get something off my chest, alright? I like Wrexham's show. I like the Welcome to Wrexham thing. But the owner of that pub is a bellend. A serious bellend. I've never seen someone so entitled in my life, thinking that they deserve something, that they're owed something, because they had one fucking Championship year about 70 years ago. Fuck off, mate. You're a League Two team at best. If your owners weren't spending championship wages on championship losses on a League Two team, you'd be fucking stuck there still. You'd be a Man United fan. League Two. And that's generous. Wickham. I've not got a bad word to say about Wickham, but they can be in there as well. Yeovil. Yeovil's a close one as well. Top end national. Very, very top end national. And probably York as well. National League team. Does that add up? 20? Yeah, that adds up. Because they'd be in there to fill the National League, but we've got real teams that are even lower. So we'll stick them there, that's fine. Right, does that look right? Would I make any changes to this? Burnley just don't look right, do they? They don't look like they want to be there. They don't suit. The badge don't fit. Nothing about that looks right. And you know they just want to be down here anyway with boys, don't they? So we'll stick Burnley back in here. And who goes up? Leicester have won Premier League recently. Bit of Europe as well. Couple like Europe finishers. But they've got clappers. So I can't promote them. And Ipswich can go up instead, and I'll put them in there just for the alphabetical orderness. And that looks better. Maybe Colchester could be a little bit higher. But overall, I'm happy with that. I think that's bob on. Yeah, I'm locking that in. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you disagree with me. I'm sure everybody does, especially with these lads up here. There'll be a lot to say about that. But make sure you're subbed. Oh, fuck, subbed. But make sure you're subbed because everything that I post on here will be an Hall of Fame video. So, yeah, thanks for watching, boys, again, and I'll see you in a bit. Yeah!